Last season was the final one for Christian Streich in Freiburg. Over 11 years at the club, he transformed them from a Bundesliga yo-yo team into a unique and distinctive German team that also managed to showcase itself in European tournaments and even reach the final of the German Cup. Thanks to Streich, the team, with the smallest budget in the entire league, became the most financially stable and consistently successful team, all due to the club's philosophy and development strategy. But what makes the club from the southwest of Germany special, and why should you know about them? Keep watching until the end to find out. Freiburg's history isn't filled with major victories and numerous trophies. The club was founded in 1904 and spent most of its history as an amateur club that constantly changed, including its name, which was finally settled in 1954. From 1950 to 1970, the club continued to play at an amateur level, but in 1979, a turning point occurred when they managed to gain promotion to the second Bundesliga, where they would spend 13 years before making their first ever appearance in the Bundesliga in 1993 under the management of Volker Finke. Although their debut in the country's top league was challenging, they managed to stay in it, despite many predicting a quick return to the second Bundesliga, as the players were not of the highest caliber. It came as a shock to everyone when they finished third at the end of the 1994-95 season, not only surpassing Bayern Munich but also humiliating them with a 5-1 victory. Volker Finke became the foundation of the club's major success, spending 16 seasons with Freiburg from 1991 to 2007. He twice brought the club back to the Bundesliga and was the first manager to lead them to the UEFA Cup in 1995 and 2001. After the club got stuck in the second Bundesliga, Finke left, and Dutt was brought in to replace him, tasked with returning to the Bundesliga and building a new team. However, Freiburg was unable to immediately return to the country's top division, as Dutt was focused on developing the club's young talents. This focus eventually led to success and a beautiful style of play, which helped them finally return to the Bundesliga in 2009. The new season, however, proved challenging for the team because Dutt was unable to find a balance between attack and defense. As a result, with 4 matches left in the season, they were in last place. Miraculously, by winning 3 out of those 4 matches, they managed to avoid relegation from the Bundesliga. Dutt himself said that the foundation for the team's success had been laid, and he was confident that despite the difficult season, they were moving in the right direction and just needed to take the next step. In the following season, his words proved true, as they played not only brightly but also effectively, thanks to a footballer well known to Premier League fans and Newcastle supporters, Papiss Cissé. He joined the team in January 2010 and scored many crucial goals, but in his first full season with the German club, he scored 22 goals, becoming the second highest scorer in the league, only behind Mario Gomez of Bayern, who scored 28 goals. Ultimately, Cissé's brilliant play and the team's performance helped them secure 9th place in the 2010-2011 campaign. This success caught the attention of Bayer Leverkusen, who took Dutt at the end of the season to their club, and Freiburg began their search for a new manager, eventually appointing Markus Sorg. However, the club made a mistake with his appointment, as poor results in the first half of the season led to his sacking in December 2011. His assistant, Christian Streich, was appointed as his replacement. Due to the team's poor performance, Papiss Cissé left the club for Newcastle, which paid £9.3 million. However, this actually had a positive effect on the team, as Streich was able to unite them, leading to a 12th place finish in the league. Streich himself said after the 2011-12 season that it was difficult for him to accept the offer to take the manager's position mid-season, as he wasn't sure he could save the club from relegation and pull it out of the crisis. Notably, Streich is essentially the heart of Freiburg, having started his professional football career at the club in 1984. He left the club twice and returned 3 times, ultimately ending his playing career at his hometown club and working within its system since 1994. His main focus was integrating young players from the academy into the first team, and when he was given the opportunity to prove himself at the highest level, he did not disappoint. In his first full season with Freiburg, Streich spent only €1 million, which is very modest even by today's standards, but the quality of the club's play pleasantly surprised the entire Bundesliga, as they came close to qualifying for the Champions League, finishing in 5th place. This success was largely due to Christian Streich's work with the club's young players. Key players for the club at that time included goalkeeper Oliver Baumann, midfielders Jonathan Schmid, winger Daniel Caligiuri, and forward Max Kruse. Additionally, that season saw the debut of Matthias Ginter, who will surely be remembered by many Bundesliga fans. Despite such success, many key players of the club left during the summer transfer window, and Streich had to rebuild the team, which affected the results. They first finished in 14th place and the following season in 17th place, leading to their relegation back to the second Bundesliga. However, it was surprising that the club's management decided to keep Christian Streich, and that he had full support not only from the management but also from the club's fans. As Freiburg's chief sporting officer Jochen Seyer said, "At other clubs, the coach stays for 18 months and that is it. That is not the way at at Freiburg. The club has a clear philosophy. If you sign a different coach every 18 months, one goes left and one goes right, there is no chance to develop the club step by step. There is stability, people here who have been at the club since forever. It is more than just work. Everyone feels very responsible for the whole thing. His words proved to be correct. As the club was able to return to the Bundesliga immediately, they strengthened their squad, which resulted in a very successful season. Their attacking play helped them finish 7th in the league and qualify for the Europa League again. As time has shown, Sire understands the direction in which the club should develop and the values that need to be instilled in the club and its fans, which is very appealing and makes you want to see this team succeed more often, even if you are an outside viewer. Despite the next 2 seasons being less successful in terms of results, their play on the pitch was still exciting to watch. From 2017 to 2019, Freiburg sold many of their key players, earning 50 million euros. During this period, the club's management decided to make a small change to ensure that future sales of their leaders would not affect their results. This led to the concept of safe sales. The main principles of this concept include shaping the club's budget for the season to retain players in the team's best interests rather than selling them for profit. Secondly, it involves seeking high-quality replacements, specifically cultivating replacements from within the club. When a potentially strong player emerges from the academy, Streich gradually integrates them into the first team, avoiding rushing their progress to prevent physical and psychological injury. This last aspect is highly underestimated. The third aspect is the rational and sequential decision-making within the club. Thanks to the club's competent management, they consistently end the season with a positive financial balance, which allows the club to develop independently. Evidence of this is their Europa Park Stadium, where they have been playing since 2021, which only confirms the correctness of their development philosophy. The club's greatest recent success is their recent appearance in the DFB Pokal final in 2022, where they lost to RB Leipzig. Despite the loss, Streich, the players, and the board members were still pleased with the result and personally thanked the club's fans for their support. After the match, Streich stated that he was proud of his team and not upset about the loss, as they win and lose together, and he is confident that success awaits the club. Despite all this, the Streich era has come to an end, and when this news reached the fans, they were shocked because he has been, is, and will remain the heart of Freiburg, having spent 29 years within the club's structure. The club decided to continue its tradition and found a replacement for Christian Streich within its own club instead of signing an outsider. The new manager will be former Freiburg player Julian Schuster, who also played under Streich's management. After 20 years at the club, Schuster remained within its structure and worked as an assistant. So let's see how the club develops under Schuster's leadership, and hopefully he can achieve significant success with the club. Personally, I enjoy watching clubs like Freiburg, which continue to follow their philosophy and principles with a clear strategy, even though they haven't yet won any significant trophies. But as we can see, success can be measured not only by trophies, but also by the aura of the club. In the meantime, what do you think of Freiburg? It would be interesting to read your opinion and what you expect from the club. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out my other videos. Highly recommend you to watch football clubs' friendships and the celebrities who own football clubs. My name is Ole, love this game, I'll see you next time.